Wow. Dang. Nice yawn. Right there. Right when we came on.
Ryan,
like, boom.
You know when the movies start?
Yeah.
And the light.
Oh, yeah, when it gets dim. How is everybody doing today? We hope everyone is doing all right. That would be good.
Yeah.
He looks good.
Yeah, it looks good.
It looks all right, I guess. I don't know. Hopefully.
That's fine.
What is up? What is up? All right, let's go through this. Let's start here at the bottom. What's up, Dave? Hello, El Fuego from the Pacific Northwest. What's up, fellas?
What's up, Franco?
What's up from Vegas?
Vegas, yeah?
Vegas, baby. What's up, Dean Nando?
What's up, 25?
What's up, guys? Hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Yo. Oh, where'd that go?
Really?
Yo. True dat. What's up? Hey, from Canada, land of the snow. Mr. Eric Russell, doing homework when you guys popped up.
Homework, huh?
Yeah, you know, he's doing that whole college thing. He's got his backpack and his braces and his baseball cap.
That is awesome.
Looking all, you know, studious.
He is.
He's smarter than all of us. That's all I got to say, because he went back to school. He wants to make his life better. Rhode Island in the house. Hey, let's make some money. Thanks.
Thanks, Wolf. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello from San Francisco. Checking in. What's up from Indiana?
It's cold over there, I'm sure.
That's some 90s stuff right there. Aloha from Baltimore.
Aloha from Baltimore.
Doing some work for the fire department.
Oh, wow.
Hello from San Jose.
Those wiring things that they do for the fire department, the police is like,
oh, insane. Yeah, the cars.
Yes.
Yeah. Who could say they chauffeured Mr. Jeff Smith from the airport? His trip was a car ride of knowledge. Thank you, Jeff Smith. Somebody's an Uber in Vegas. Nice. And if you're not an Uber, just a nice guy to pick Jeff up at the airport. So I'm standing there looking all pitiful. Like,
that is awesome.
Pick me up. We will be flying in. We'll be flying. We get 7:30 on Monday p.m. We'll fly in there. And, of course, we'll be calling an Uber to pick us up and take us to the Orleans, which is where we'll be staying. What's up, party people? See y'all at SEMA this year. Yes, we will be at SEMA. We're like I said, we're staying at the Orleans. We get in 7:30 Monday night. Hook it up with Matthew Palumbo and all the guys at AudioControl. And then I'm guessing we'll do dinner. We'll check in.
That would be.
And then we get there.
Yes, it is this.
Yeah, it's that one. So this is where we're staying right here, the Orleans. We get an early. We're going with AudioControl, so our badges are audio controlled. So we get to get in early before the show opens up. But then after that, we'll be at AudioControl's booth for the most part. One of us will always be there, or at least one of us will try to always be there. It's a huge place, and we want to see some of it while we're there, because that would be silly not to. So we're pretty excited. Checking in from Massachusetts, cold and rainy.
What's up, David?
What's up from Houston, Texas? Hey, guys, I got a DD1. Want to know what tracks do I use to set my amps? Tried 5 dB. Don't like how it sounds. Do I use track 1 or 2 0 dB? What do you guys think? So like 0 dB means you're going to have no gain overlap, meaning it's max volume is that. So if you play something that has a low track on it, meaning low record volume, you're just going to have to deal with it. The negative 5 dB track is a 5 dB boost, so that, let's say if this is max volume, if you're listening to some classic crap, you might want to turn it all the way up to here. That's recorded poorly. But everything else, you might want to bring it down a couple notches, and that's your max volume. So it gives you the ability to figure out, here's 0, here's negative 5. Most music here, when I need some more, I can go up. So that's really what it's for. So if you set it for 5, if you dial it back 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 at most, 3, that's going to be 0 dB. That's the best it's going to sound. So it really doesn't matter past that point. like you don't have to reset the whole thing. If it doesn't sound good here, there's something else wrong with the system. So I would just keep that in mind.
Right there, that one, the bottom one.
This one?
No.
This one.
No. Go. Just answer whatever you want.
Pick one.
Okay, what?
Okay, I have a Phoenix Gold MX speaker in the door. What do you recommend for the dash? I will be powering the speakers with the Phoenix Gold MK640. Haha, that's a funny one. And I only say that because Phoenix Gold doesn't make anything else for the dash. The MX line, we ran into that same problem too. They don't make anything. So you're going to have to look elsewhere. I might suggest looking at Kenwood Exelon. They make the C2 and the C3, which are really nice speakers to go up there.
Yeah. How can I use my old school amplifier that are 1 volt max input with a 4 volt head unit?
Get an LC1i line driver and turn it all the way down.
Yeah, talking about the AudioControl.
You want me to press this button? Not that button. You want me to press that button? Hey, that looks familiar. I've seen that one before. I've seen that one before.
And on Facebook, I saw it.
Yeah, I saw it too. Some guy got one of those. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's all fake news. Who got the Epicenter LE ordered confirmed? This guy. Anyone else? I mean, I got one.
This guy right here.
I got one. Awesome, thanks.
Yeah, Nando, estás tomando soda en botella. Yeah, man. Coca-Cola.
Put down a Mike D right there. 2 up from the bottom. Right there. You're on it. Go up 1. Boom.
Okay.
What do you have for home audio, home theater setup? I love this question because I love nothing more than talking about my home theater. Before we do that, though,
I'm going to say
big shout out. Thank you.
Thank you.
And
before you say that, thank you, El Fernandez. Thank you, man, for the car. I appreciate it. Thank you.
El Fernandez. Yeah. 12-volt doctor. Confuses the crap out of him.
I know. I was like, who's the
what? El Fernandez. It's El Fernandez. Always El Fernandez.
All right.
I just assume anything that comes is from El Fernandez or Bobby. That's really it. Froze in the house.
Jason. Yeah.
Froze in the house.
All right. So what do you have?
No more Upmixing limited edition on AudioControl. I wouldn't doubt it. Chris said they're gonna run out. Home audio wise, I have Morel speakers up front. I have AudioControl receiver for I have the AudioControl receiver, and then those go off to all external amplifiers, Onkyo and Adcom, and I mean that's really it. I mean I got an Apple TV. Everything's just Apple TV anymore.
Yes.
I have a Laserdisc player and I have a Blu-ray player. And I have a 100-disc CD player, or 300-disc CD player. It's 300 disc. Yeah, I had 100. I got rid of it. But I don't do anything other than that. Oh, and I have 2 12-inch band passes in the corner with Ryan Cobalt 12-inch drivers in them. Cool. And then what do you have, Fernando?
I have a really nice set of towers, Energies, powered by a Pioneer Elite.
Yep.
I just want to say, Pioneer Elite. And with the center channel, the rear field, it's Polk audio and a nice subwoofer, a Belladine.
All compliments of
really nice.
Just knowing the right person.
Oh, dude.
Sony GS 6-channel DSP amplifier or Kenwood 6-channel DSP amplifier, which do you like better? It's not which one do I like better, it's which one is going to suit your needs better.
Yeah.
The Kenwood has a deeper DSP, and it also has 4 channels of output with DSP. So it's a 10-channel DSP. The problem or the downside with that amplifier, which is sitting right there, is that it has 2 channels of input only. That's it. So everything is done over those 2 channels and from the smartphone app. The Sony is a conventional 5 channels of DSP, meaning it has front, rear, sub style input. It's basically if you took the DSP EQ out of the radio and put it into an amplifier. It's fairly basic. The Kenwood is much more advanced, has a lot more features. They will both sound awesome. They both get you need with where you need to do. However, you just have to figure out which one of those limitations you like. Basic, more input, more advanced, single input, but 10-channel DSP with 4 outputs. So you can do a lot more with it.
All right. Hang on. Where is it? Hey, right here.
That one?
Yes.
Hey guys, I have an AudioControl DQ-DX. Is a crossover design for high pass or low pass. How to use? DQ-DX has a crossover built into it? I thought it was just an EQ. I don't have a DQ-DX.
You don't have a DQ-DX?
No, they never sent me a DQ-DX or the DQ-61. You have the AudioControl Pole. I was going to say, you literally have the website right there. And it's right there at the top.
Now this is...
DQ-61, okay.
Let me see.
You got to go out of... You're in factory integration. So go back and just go to... it's all right. It's all right. Digital, there you go.
Yep.
Digital processing. Yep, DQ-DX. All right, let's pull that up right here. Let's look at the DQ-DX because I honestly didn't think that it had. Yeah.
I'm gonna go here.
Crossover frequency. That is going to be for the subwoofer. Wow, I didn't even realize it had that. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know it had that.
Crossover frequency, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, I didn't know it had it. I believe that is for the subwoofer.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
Sorry.
Very nice.
The DQ-61, which is what we have used in the past, didn't have that feature.
Mm-hmm.
However, if and when we're talking to Alex this weekend, or this week, I should say, that is one of his favorite pieces, the DQ-DX. The DQ-DX-DQ-61. Because what it does, what's cool about those two pieces is one is high level, one is line level, but it gets you into first a nice EQ, simple to use, not a brain buster.
Yep.
It gets you into basic time delay. It delays this number 2, as we call it, and the sub. Mm-hmm. So you can do some basic time
like
alignment.
You say, basic, yeah.
So it gets you into it. It takes the laptop fear out of the equation and gets you a really cool piece.
Yeah.
As input output level control. Closer. So it has line driver built into it and all that stuff. So
all right. Hi guys. I have a Skoda Roadmaster 2013. I was fixing the rear camera in that there is a Pioneer CD player and that there is a video camera cable only, video in and out cables. Which one to connect?
Well, I mean, the camera would go to the video in.
The video in, correct.
The camera always goes on the back of the radio to video in. Video out would be for an overhead.
Overhead, yes. Yes.
Hi, Fro. 2021 Silverado with Bose. Any idea how much wattage the Bose amp puts out to the front stage and rear doors? Looking to upgrade and not sure if I can just replace the speakers alone. I'm going to tell you right now, you're not going to just replace the speakers alone. That system is that's what we call the closed loop system. Bose systems, Mark Levinson systems, all these systems like this are closed loop systems, meaning the amp, the speakers, the radio, they all work together. And it's kind of like sucks. Mm-hmm. If you're going to do something in that, you're going to want to go after the amplifier right now because no one makes the AVB piece. It hasn't been available for a while, and Nav TV is still struggling to get it out. If it's the 7-channel Bose system, meaning the left front and right, mid bass in the door, rears in a sub. That's the 7-channel Bose system. It's a fairly basic system. We've done several of them. Mm-hmm. What I would recommend is replacing the middler in the dash with another middler, or something like coaxial, or you could, if you're real creative, you could wallow it out to fit a 3.5, but it's a 2.5, which is a simple enough. So like Kicker has theirs. Everyone makes Audio Frog has theirs. Everyone makes that cool middler to go up in there. I'd recommend that, and then some form of a mid bass for the door and a big mid bass. The factory is a 6x9, so some form of 6x9 inch mid bass. It's 6.5 inch mid bass, depending on how much sub you're going to add. But keep them on their own channels. So you have 6 channels coming. You have 7 channels, but 6 of them are highs. If you want to see what it looks like on an RTA to get an idea of those. If you go and watch the IRTA videos that we did, the IRTA 2 instructional videos, mm-hmm. Which you can find a playlist here, that was done in that vehicle looking at those crossover points. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it's not a terrible system to work with. but I would still amplify it.
All right.
Get an EQ because their system sucks.
Rockford Mini T, noise floor, high gained below blue light. Also, unplug the RCA, noise is still there. I had a punch amplifiers before, no noise, everything is the same.
That's a possibility. That is a possibility. The thing with the mini power Ts is you do tend to turn up the gain quite a bit, which does increase the noise floor for sure. They're I don't know. It's just a utilitarian amplifier. It's like all those little amplifiers are kind of quirky. And yeah, I guess it does kind of have a noise floor. I've never really, it's one of those things where we never play it low enough to sit there and go, But it could have a noise floor. It could definitely have that. Just because I know on that you're really working that gain. Who
turned the
who puts the volume all the way down? That was another installer of ours. But no, the punch amp is bigger. There's a lot more room inside the amplifier. They are using some Marson technology to make those mini Ts. So if there is a noise floor there and you do unplug the amplifier, that means it is generating it from the amplifier itself. If you turn the gain down and it goes away, then that solves that problem. You might want to see how much voltage you have coming into it. A line driver might be a better idea. Something like the AudioControl matrix or a DSP that has a line driver built into it that can put more input into the amplifier, keeping the gain section down lower, could be a solution to that problem.
Yeah, now the matrix is a small one.
Yeah, we wouldn't know. We have the big one.
Okay.
They sent us the big ones, but we have the small ones. Hey, but somebody for Christmas is going to get those big ones. So
there you go.
That's for sure. We're giving those away.
True Dark, thank you for the 5.
Tossing the JBL system on my Tundra. If I use 5-channel amp to power the components on doors and sub, can I use the head unit to power the dash speakers? No, I would never do that. Why would you do that? Don't do that, please. Please don't do that. No. All right, so here.
All right, so it's a 3-way?
I don't know what he's trying to do, but either way, the most important power is the stuff up front. Screw the rear. Yeah. All right. If you're gonna put the deck power on anything, put it on the rear speakers, because who cares about those? And then use your volume offset on the radio to turn the rear volume down all the way 10 dB, which is in the most radios, aftermarket radios, Pioneer, Kenwood, Sony, Alpine should have some form of rear volume attenuation. Turn it all the way down. That way, when you turn the volume all the way up on your radio to clean, the rear amplifier isn't clipping massively into those speakers. But for God's sakes, put it on a channel that nobody cares about, the rear. So put the 5-channel amplifiers on the fronts, the whole thing on the front, and then deck power on the rear. If you got to do it, go into the settings, turn the volume offset all the way down for the rears, and you'll get your 15 watts to the rears, and everyone will be happy, and nobody cares.
For the guy that answered the question, asked the question about the mini amplifier. There you go.
Keep the gain in the amp. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's why I said, if you're keeping, Eric Russell, of course, works at Rockford, is going to answer that. Go back to doing your homework. But no, keeping the gain down low and adding a line driver of some sort will negate the problem, because you'll get more signal into the amplifier. So as we know, when you've unplugged the RCAs, the noise is still there. That's generating. So if we can, with the RCA still unplugged, as we turn this down, it goes away. If we put more signal in the amplifier, then we'll get to that same output. Yep. So that's where a line driver would be super awesome. And the Matrix is an awesome line driver.
Hey, bro, thank you for the 5.
And if you don't have a DSP, like, just to keep in mind, like the most DSPs have line drivers built into them of some kind. So if you're like, I've been on the fence of whether or not I want to get a DSP, there you go. Have you done a sob with the Harman Kardon? How would you bypass the amplifier? I haven't done a recent sob,
no.
But regardless of whether it is a new sob, old sob, or if it's a Harman Kardon system in any other brand, it really doesn't matter. It's kind of the same thing like we were talking about with the Bose system. If there is no interface for the car, which more than likely there isn't, if it's a newer vehicle, chances are it's not going to have variable voltage into the amplifier. So what you have to do is you have to do some testing. Digital multimeter will get you pretty far into that once you figure out what is between the radio and the amplifier. If it's a data connection, doesn't matter. You're going to go after the amplifier. If it's a fixed voltage, meaning there is some form of data connection, but there's analog signal coming from the radio into the factory amplifier. And this applies to anybody's factory system. These are how they all work. It doesn't matter what brand it is. There's only so many options. It's either a digital connection over a bus between radio and amp, or it's a bus connection with an analog passing between the two, where the volume is changed through the bus and at the preamp is located at the amplifier. Those two systems are going to be after the amplifier, meaning there's no bypassing the amplifier, there's no working around the amplifier. Everything has to be done after it. At that point, you have to figure out how many channels am I dealing with? What are they doing? Are they capable of being summed? And that's where it gets difficult. And there's no like shortcut for that. It's just, here you go. The shortest cut for that is that if you have, let's say 6 channels of amplification, meaning tweeter plus mid, like it's a 3-way set. A lot of the times the mid and the tweeter will be on the same channels. So that'd be like channel 1 and 2. You have a mid bass 3 and 4. You have rear, which is 5 and 6. And let's say an amplifier and our sub, which is 7. So a 7-channel system or a 9-channel system. You have to look at what you want to keep. And then you have to do what's called power for power or channel for channel, depending on who you're talking to, which means you're going to take that output and you're going to feed it to those same 2 channels on an amplifier and go to new versions of those speakers. And essentially what you're going to do is use the amplifiers, crossover points. You can adjust them in your DSP or amplifier, but you're not going to sum them together to try to create a full range signal because that can just get to be silly.
All right, got this one.
Apparently 2021 F250 BO can't be upgraded. Yes, 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 yes. All yes. Zen A to B.
There you go.
Nav TV, Zen A to B, go to town. You can do whatever you want. It's a simple enough upgrade. The adapter is from Nav TV. It's called the Zen A to B. It's about $500, and that'll get you 12 channels of preamp output connected into the system. We've done a bunch of them. It's pretty cool. Any experience with the T-harness for the 12 Silverado with the backup camera and the mirror to duplicate the image in a double din? I didn't know there was a T-harness for that. Richie Rich. I've always just made my own. Yeah. Damn. Give me a part number. I'll try it out because I hate making. I've always made it on my own. Yeah. So if there's a T-harness, damn.
Let me know
cool.
which one.
Let me know which one it is.
Because we definitely stock it. Hi guys, what underseat subwoofer would you recommend for a BMW 5 Series with the Harman Kardon system? I already have a trunk sub. Would you recommend the Audison under the seat?
The Audison under the seat is a great option for sure. We've done the Audison, we've done the Focal, we've done the Rockford. Believe it or not, Rockford makes a really nice one for that one as well. Ones we haven't tried are the Helix as well as the Ground Zero. So there is a plethora of them to choose from, and most of them are pretty sexy. Keep in mind, really what you're looking for is a nice mid-bass sound. So the Prima would be not a bad option as opposed to like the Rockford, which is geared more towards being a subwoofer. So Dean, is Haley a bass head too? Fernando, how about your little guy? Music lover? Haley does have her subwoofer turned up all the way. Right now, she's just rocking an L7T. She wants more, for sure. How does Sebastian feel?
I have a playlist for him. He every time we come in the car, drop him off at the school, he's like, hey, can you put a song for me? So he plays his songs, and he does his things, man. So he loves music. Let's see.
You're gonna go for the whole.
No, right there.
Oh, the playlist.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Let's.
Okay, so no.
You can plug in. You can plug in. Here's Fernando's playlist. Hold on, let me shut this off here. We'll go to 8. Oh, hold on. Where'd it go? There it is.
You go.
So What do we got here? We got Kid Bop. Let's go past the Kid Bop, Uptown Funk. A lot of Kids Bop. Michael Jackson.
He loved Michael Jackson.
We got Believe by Imagine Dragons.
Yeah.
We got some Beat 54s. Alan Walker.
Sugar. Yeah.
Bruno Mars. Little Nas X.
Yeah. You got Goosebumps. The Business.
Boom.
Yeah.
Oh, Hypnocurrency.
Yeah, he liked that.
Skrilla.
Remember I told you Scary Monsters? He loved that song, Scary Monsters.
Skrilla.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he liked the last one, Coming in Hot.
Coming in Hot. Oh no, I haven't heard that one.
Yeah.
I'll have to steal his playlist.
Oh yeah.
All right. So hold on. Since we're talking about the kids and the fam.
Yeah.
Let's go over here. We'll give it 1 second. It'll pop up here. Hopefully. There we go. What are you doing? Don't touch nothing. Just give it a second. For those of you guys that want to help out and be cool and all that fun stuff, Haley works at the Florida Autism Center division of Blue Screen. This is their Facebook page. So if anyone wants to go there, the Florida Autism Center, a division of Blue Spring, and they're running a pumpkin contest right now. And this is Haley's pumpkin. Those of you guys don't know who this is Bob Ross. And they're taking votes. So basically what you do is you go on to their site and you just say, I want that pumpkin to win. There's a bunch of them. I mean, you don't have to vote for Haley. You know, that's just what we're asking you to do.
But vote for Haley, please.
If there's a pumpkin you like,
no, you have to.
You know, like I thought this was cute, and I thought that I liked this one. I thought that one was funny. But I mean, at the end of the day, I got to go Haley because she's family and all, and But if you want to go over and vote, it'd be much appreciated. If you're a fan, you can always find a link to it on Sue's page. That's the wife, or I'm tagged in it as well. But it's Florida Autism Center. Go over to their Facebook page, like one of the photos, and they'll be freaked out because they're like, oh my gosh, wow, we had like a lot of people vote for you, Haley. What happened? Do you know people?
Yeah.
So by all means, please do that. And thank you so much, as always, for playing along. We got one here. Drop it.
Yeah, right.
Drop it like it's hot.
Thank you for the 5.
Wolf's Vein. Here we go. Thoughts on the Alpine PXC 850S DSP amp for Toyota Civic? You mean a Honda Civic Touring? Premium sound with center channel already added. Alpine. Actually, this, believe it or not, is our go-to DSP for that car. We've done the Accord. We've done the Civic many times with that DSP. The reason why is it's a 12-channel DSP with 8 channels by 25 watts built into it. How we wire that into the car is it has 6 discrete inputs. So 1 and 2 is going to be the tweeter. 3 and 4 is going to be the mid-bass, the front. 5 is center. 6 is sub, because those all have to be retained in this system. Now what we do is we use the 8 channels of amplified power to power the center channel and the rear speakers. You don't have to. You can get a bigger amp for the rear speakers if you want. We just use the center channel. We just do the rears because, again, who cares? The rears. And then we put an amplifier on the front tweeters and an amplifier on the front mid. The rear gets fed off of the front mid. The center, of course, gets powered off center. Sub gets powered off sub. Tweeter, mid. You kind of figure out how all that goes. But yes, that's a great piece to use for that. And the Accord version of that, the tweeters in the rear, it has mid bass and tweeter. So we will use 2 channels to power the mid bass, another 2 channels to power up the tweeters, so it can go full active in the rear as well. It's a fun system to do, but yes, it's a great DSP for that car. I strongly recommend it. Okay, moving on.
All right.
Isn't this a fun Saturday?
It is a fun Saturday.
You did a video on a Toyota Tacoma where you made 2 ABS amp mounts. Could I order a set from
you?
No.
No.
Oh, wow. Why does it say full?
Oh, wow.
That's weird.
That is
I
totally
don't know
weird.
why that's on. That should be off.
Okay.
That's weird.
That is weird.
Because
we right now either. We don't do nothing like that, so unfortunately.
That's one of the things once the IRTA2 is up and on the website, there are plans to make those panels available for sale. So like the F-150 pedal, the Toyota Tacoma, the Toyota Tundra. It's just a matter of designing the website and getting it going. I know it's just, and right now we don't own the plastic that we use to make those. So that's a Paul thing. The plastic's got awful expensive right now.
Oh, a lot.
Just a follow-up question on the underseat. Would you say the aftermarket options will a good improvement over the stock HK sub, which is an 8-inch, and my
8
audio, 8 ohm, and my audio control is a 2 or 4 ohm. What do you think? Most of the time, it is a good upgrade. The problem that you run into, if it is considered a problem, like I said, we kind of went over the description of how they play out. If you're looking for more impact, then you know which one to go with. But yes, they provide a ton of bass up front, which is desperately needed in that car, because otherwise you just have 4s, and yeah, it sucks. And the factory one is really not all that exciting. It's just kind of, a thing. So I would add some sound treatment into the whole apparatus. And also, if you find anything loose underneath the seat when you're folding the seat up, zip tie it into place because it won't want to vibrate.
All right. Do you think the Pioneer will upgrade the 7600 or the 8600 NEX flooring screens? I have the 55 NEX and looking to upgrade, but my body was saying wait until the next sprint.
Yeah, that makes the most sense. Here's the thing with Pioneer, just to kind of fill you in on what's going on with them as far as what we know. And so Pioneer went a whole year without making radios because of the chip shortage, because all their chips were made by AKM in Japan. And when that place burned to the ground, Pioneer was dead in the water. Most manufacturers were able to, if they used some of their chips, most didn't use all, like Pioneer. Pioneer was all in one basket, and that really hurt them a lot. So they had to go back and redesign and redo, and probably get chips from someplace else. Eventually, they came out with a product. In August, they started shipping their products again, but there was literally a whole year where nothing was made. So all the products that are available now are just fulfilling orders for stuff that was ordered a year ago. So they didn't do any changes to the product at all. That's not normal for a manufacturer. Normally, we'd be on to the next iteration of the product, but that didn't happen, obviously, because they couldn't make the products that were supposed to be made. Will there be a new version of those? Of course, there's always a new version of them. The only question is Pioneer is a new company now. So a lot changed right around the time COVID happened. They got bought out. They used to be a Japanese company. They're a Chinese company now. And the products that were released were products that were designed by the previous owners of Pioneer, not the current owners of Pioneer. So we don't know really what to expect from Pioneer. Is it going to be business as usual? They're going to keep making the same stuff. All they did was change ownership and nothing else is going to change. We don't know. We didn't get to see how it was all going to play out because COVID came and just really screwed everything up for them. So if it's how it's always been, we're going to see a new version of it that's probably going to have some new features and be cool and be awesome. And we'll just have to wait and see.
All right.
EU's in the house tonight.
Huh?
The money or whatever.
Yeah. Follow up with the question: will you tap into the front speaker for the LOC before the amplifier or after the amplifier? The SAP is. Yeah.
There again, you have to find out if it's a variable voltage. It's a 2005. There's a good chance it is variable voltage because it's a 2005. Now, if it's a variable voltage input, the nice thing about that is it's actually going to be line level. So you don't want to use a high level to low level adapter. So the first thing you do with your digital multimeter is go into the inputs of the amplifier if you can find them, which, headphone or a small speaker, you can do that. AC current on your digital multimeter, play some pink noise, turn the volume up, look at it, and it'll go up. Say, okay, just see if the numbers fluctuate. If you play a test tone, you have to be careful. That's why I didn't say use a test tone, because you don't want to go too loud. Speakers aren't made to play like 1,000 hertz test tone, so you'd want to test with pink noise. Once you've figured out that, hey, this is the one, you can switch to a test tone, but be very quick about it, just up and down and see if it fluctuates. If it does, then you're going to have variable voltage that you can just solder RCAs into, go into the input of the amplifier. You don't want to put a high level to low level adapter there because it's a high level to low level. You're at low level, which means it's going to be lower. You won't hear anything. So you have to keep that in mind. The only device that is a high level, low level, low level, low level is the AudioControl. It's not the only device. It's just the device of choice, which is the LC1i. That is a line level as well as high level input adapter. So that is kind of like the ideal thing to have when you have no idea if it's going to be variable voltage, if I have to go after the amplifier, if I'm going before the amplifier. I can use that device, or I can get that device, and I'm golden because it'll
either way it's going to work.
Yeah.
All right. Do you ever recommend using bass blockers instead of the crossovers on the component system?
No. I mean, why would you? I mean, a bass blocker is a 6 dB capacitor. That's it. It's a 6 dB crossover point. So if you just have a 6 dB cap and the passive crossover is a 12 dB cap and coil, it's not doing the job it's supposed to. Plus, more than likely, it's going to be a 2.2 or a 3.2 6 dB. And what if it's not for the piece that you're using? You you would never do that. Let's say you have like a Morel or something like that, where the crossover point's like 2200 hertz, and now you're crossing it over at 3200 hertz or 36 or 38 or 40. Not 40, 4.0, 4000. So I've seen, when we get 911s in or we get crappy installs in where people don't want to put the big passive crossovers in because it's a lot of work, or they're lazy or whatever it is, or they just don't have the mental fortitude to pull it off. Well, the tweeters will be blown because they have a cap on them, or they just have a cap on them and the tweeter sounds totally like crap because it's crossed over so high. You're getting no sound out of it. And they're like, I don't know why these don't sound so good. And you pull it all apart and it's like, hey, where are the passive crossovers for this? I don't know. Now, if the speaker was designed that way, that's awesome. Then you just use that. Like, there's a lot of speaker manufacturers now that are doing inline crossovers. So, for example, like this is just a cap. So certain the speaker that comes with this is what it needs. It's designed to work with a 6 dB crossover point of whatever the crossover is. I mean,
they already do the work for you.
So that's kind of cool. These are Audison Prima, and how these are designed. One of them is for the mid bass, this one, and this one is for the tweeter. So this is a W, this is a T. So if you have the tweeter in the car and the woofer is in the door, you just put the corresponding ones in there. Now they made these nice house scenes for them, but like Alpine does the same thing on the R. They do the same thing on the S. On the S, they're just shrink wrapped candy bars is what we call them, or Tootsie Rolls. The R uses something like this for their tweeter. The S uses just candy bars. But either way, better idea.
Yeah. All right. El Fuego, what amplifiers work best with cars that have the engine stop feature at the style?
There's very few manufacturers that are just coming out and saying, hey, our amps work with these. Helix says their amplifiers will work. Basically, what you want to look for is an amplifier that has a power supply that can handle and work down to 9 volts. Because what goes on is that there's a chance that when the car starts, it'll dip as low as 8.5 volts. Kicker's CS amplifiers, the yellow ones, will do that. We tested it while we were there. That's how we found out that the minimum voltage that an amp dyno will do is 9 volts or 9.5 volts, because we couldn't go all the way down. Rockford R2s, believe it or not, will play down pretty low, but they are not stop-start certified, meaning they didn't come out and say they will, but they will play down pretty low. But that's the problem you run into, is that you have to look at an amplifier that's capable of playing down super low. If the Kicker keys, all the key stuff is stop-start compatible.
Yeah.
So basically, you got Helix, you got key. I think the Audison Prima stuff is also stop-start compatible. So you're paying a premium for it, with the exception of the Kicker.
All right.
Believe it or not, most of these manufacturers still sit there and go, is that a thing? Really? Do I have to worry about that? And you're like,
no.
Yeah, nobody likes it, but it's still a thing,
All right. Does the AudioControl D6-1200 DSP amplifier support upmixing to create a center channel?
That is a no. It does not have an upmixer built into it. Really, upmixer is kind of a premium feature. The most inexpensive upmixer that we've come across is the Helix Mini DSP Mini. It's only a 6-channel though. but it does have the Upmixer capability built into it, which is kind of cool. All the Helix processors have Upmixers built into them. Like the Virtuoso has an Upmixer built into it. And there's a couple other ones that do also, but I'm going to forget and they're going to get mad at me, but I can't know everything. But yeah, it's a premium feature for sure.
All right. I was thinking for the fun of the 2019 Accord non-premium, I was thinking using the JBL DSP amp on the factory speakers. I think it should sound good until upgrade the speakers.
You're right, it will. It would be a nice thing to do. It wouldn't be a bad idea. It's small. You could probably tuck it up into the dash or up underneath one of the seats easily enough. I know it'll fit up underneath the passenger seat for sure. It might even fit in the dash. It's tiny, like right behind the passenger airbag. It might fit up in there. I don't remember how small. It's probably a little bigger than that. But either way, no, that would be a great amp. I mean, that's why it was built. That amplifier, as well as like the Alpine PXE 0850S was the old one, X is the new one. These were what these things were brought out to do. I wanted that amplifier because I was going to put it in the Camaro before I got rid of it because it had a little bit more power than the Alpine I was using. So I took the Alpine and did the same thing. I just put it in there. I wanted the DSP and had it work on my factory system. If you want something a little bit better than the JBL, then you want to look at like either the Audison Prima. They make a little small amplifier like that too, bigger processing power, bigger DSP, as well as any one of the small Helix amplifiers.
All right. Oh, 25. Yes, I love those, man.
Yes, you can buy Focal crossovers separately from Focal parts. So if you reach out to Orca or your Focal dealer, I would suggest trying to go through a Focal dealer because it'll be much easier. You can order the Focal parts. Try to know the model of the parts that you need. But yes, they do sell all the stuff separately. It is expensive though. I'm not gonna lie.
But you can get it.
But you can get it.
What crossover settings would you use for the Exelon KFC X2C?
On an active setup, I believe 350 at 24 dB is where we do it. Yeah, 350 at 24 should be good. Okay. That'd be a great place to start and see how it sounds in your car.
All right.
My 2021 Silverado is auto off, and I am running a 14-watt amp and 2 subs. At a stoplight, I watch the battery voltage meter go down. As soon as it hits 9 volts, the truck comes back on. That is correct. 9 volts. So it's a time limit as well as a voltage. So that's why it's 8.5 volts is kind of the thing, because if it goes down to 9 volts, it's going to drop lower to start and pop back up. So really, it doesn't hurt anything on an amplifier-wise. It just shuts it off and turns it back on, which is kind of annoying and might make you look like a punk at the light because you were just banging away and then you took off and your bass cut off. And I was like, oh, I don't know, maybe. Whatever.
All right, 2020 Honda Ridgeline. Looks like I have an 18-pin plug on the output of the factory amplifier. Is there a T-harness plug for this application? If not, how should I tie into the factory output?
No, there's nothing as of yet that I'm aware of as far as that goes. It's whoa, what are you doing? Just go to the corner. Okay, you gotta stop doing that, man. It's a big screen. It's a big screen. Hey, while you're sitting there, while he's finding the next question, this big ruler's been above my head, taking up all this space. That's the D-wire ruler, guys, or the wire ruler is the short name. If you want clean wiring and sexy stuff like Fernando posts pictures of all the time, make sure you head over to mobilesolutions-usa.com where you can pick one of these up, pick up one for you and one for a friend. It'll make a great stocking stuffer. Just send them a fresh batch of green, blue, and the red-pink color. Also, if you're interested in becoming the next level installer that you've always wanted to be, you might want to check out the Mobile Solutions Expo that is coming up in March over in Arizona. We will be there, of course, along with a plethora of other most advanced guys that you could. It's going to be awesome, guys. It is going to be awesome. So that is Master Tech Expo, and it is coming up in 127 days. Oh, my gosh, so soon. What's up, Car Gift?
What's up, man?
I have another project with an F-150. What type of subwoofer box would you recommend, and what would be best placement without taking up too much space? I mean, it's an F-150. We always go behind the seats with the amplifiers. As far as what goes underneath the seat, I mean, 210s. 210s is the box to do. But there are plenty of single 10, single 12 enclosures that fit up underneath there. We just did one yesterday where we put the Rockford P310 up underneath the seat, and it fit. I was like, wow, didn't expect that. But a lot of downfiring, like the Kicker Comp R downfiring boxes will slide up underneath there, which are nice and simple. MTI makes a really sexy custom box for it, but there's plenty. But 210s is usually the magic. I don't know if Fox Acoustic ships there, but they make the stupid loud box for the car, and that's a good stupid, like big bass. You can fit a normal size woofer in there. Really like doing that one.
All right.
Gain stage.
Stage. I like that.
I'm finishing restoring my. You just did this because it's a bug.
I know.
Any recommendations on a reputable shop in Central Texas?
Who is in Texas?
I mean, Dallas. I don't know. See, the thing is Texas is so big, but I mean, you go Dallas, you have a ton, but Oscar is in Dallas. Oscar,
Jay's.
we talked at Jay's. Was it Jay's?
Jay's Tint, Audio and Tint.
Jay's Audio and Tint. It's just Jay with an S,
yes.
I think.
Yeah.
And then in San Antonio, you have Arturo at
Audio by Art.
Thank you. And I know there's probably 6 other. Oh, and then Johnny Brolin, but I don't remember where Johnny's at.
Don't remember.
Now, Instagram is a great place to find all these guys because most of them chime in on our Instagram all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So, but there are good guys there.
All right.
Those Pioneer USB-Cs suck every time I put one in. I put 2 zip ties on it so it doesn't move out. We actually take a piece of plastic. So this is a better idea. Instead of doing that, is take like a piece of plastic about the size of a popsicle stick.
I think you have
and some.
one.
I think I threw it. I think I used it the other day.
Yeah.
But anyways, take like a piece of plastic. We cut a groove into it, but something like this, thinner, of course.
Yeah.
And double-sided tape it onto the top of the radio like this so that it sticks out. And then you can zip tie that up to the actual USB-C. We put a groove in it so that it kind of locks it in place. But you could also put double-sided tape on there and stick it to it. But that,
the 3M.
because when you put it in, that way it doesn't. Yeah, but it sucks. That is like my biggest complaint with the new Pioneer stuff is where they did that. Those guys were, whoever designed that is a complete idiot. That and where they put the micro USB, like, dude, these things are going in a dash. For God's sakes, you guys are stupid beyond words. And I've actually said that to some people, and they're like, oh, and I'm like, no, dude, this is dumb. Like, you don't build, like, how long, really? Come on. It's stupid. It should be a pigtail or an inset.
Yeah. Any suggestion for motorcycles?
As far as what? I mean, Rockford makes everything.
Rockford makes a lot.
Rockford makes a lot. I mean,
so you can go to Rockford Fosgate.
I was gonna say, if you got a Harley, Rockford pretty much owns that market.
Oh, totally.
And we've seen enough of that.
Yeah.
All that voltage signal testing can be done with an IRTA, right? Yes. Everything we've talked about can be done with an IRTA, and of course, there's plenty of videos up showing how it works if you're curious on all of that. So yeah, there is a playlist now for the IRTA stuff, so you can check that out.
Right here.
It's a Polaris.
No, I got it right there. That's Motorcycle Audio Solutions. RockfordFosgate.com.
I'll send you the bill. Okay, moving on.
You do?
No, I was joking. I got nothing. Dean, due to budget restraints, I had to downgrade my speakers from JL Audio 5 Series to Kicker CS. That's a downgrade. CS 6x8s, and I am very happy with them. Thank you for the recommendation. Dude, no kidding, right? It was a pleasant surprise.
Uh-huh.
Like, even when we did the first set of those we did, we're like, what the? No way. You didn't pay for this.
Yeah, they are very
nice. I think it's a good move for sure. And for those of you real quick that oh, yep, there it is. For those of you that are just tuning in, make sure you head over to Florida Autism Center over on Facebook and vote for Bob Ross right there. Vote for the Bob Ross pumpkin. That's Haley's pumpkin. I mean, isn't it just adorable? I mean, come on. But that is Florida Autism Center, a division of Blue Screen. That's right. For those who didn't know, she teaches autistic kids how to function and how to learn and how to act.
Continue with the lie.
Yeah. So little kids. It's very rewarding and a lot of fun. Doesn't pay very well, though. I'll tell you that right now. Can Focal Flax 150 watts RMS from the ACM 4.300? Are you going to bridge it to it or something? Because it's only 75 by 4.
Yeah, I mean, it's 150 bridge.
Huh. Yeah. But
I can handle it.
That's fine.
Yeah. Just make sure you got your crossover points and all that stuff.
Yeah. 80 hertz. Good place to start. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Dave Monroe, look at that. Go down.
I'm trying.
Right there. Click. You're right there. Almost there. Oh, okay. Boom. Dave Monroe, already done. Let's go, Haley. Oh, there you go. I agree. Thank you. In the past, use linear power amps in an SQ system. They've gotten really expensive, so I'm happy thinking about trying Zapco or AudioControl to cut down on the cost. Will I be happy? I think so. I mean, I feel you will. Those are two really nice amplifiers. I prefer the AudioControl, obviously. It's just, there again, me, not trying to sway you in any way, shape, or form. We are familiar with the AudioControl. We work with them a lot, as you can see from the pictures. So I am more familiar with that amplifier and therefore be more comfortable recommending that. But no, I think you'll be good. Boom.
All right.
Sorry to hear that. Really am. What do you think of the T2 1.6.5-inch Rockford? Oh, 16-inch subwoofer. I'm like, what? What are we looking at?
Yeah,
T2 16-inch subwoofer. Have you ever? I don't think we've ever even heard that. I mean, we heard the 19s.
Yeah, the 19s.
Eric Russell voted for Bob Ross. Go Haley.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's honestly, I've never really heard them, but if they're anything like their little brother, the 19s, Jesus Christ. I've heard T2 before. Back, I've done 15s and when they were, normal woofers, and those were insane. Like I've done 3 T2 15s in a Dodge Dakota. I've done 6 T2 15s in a minivan, off of 4000s. Yeah. My
brother, thank you.
Yeah, they're definitely no joke. There's no question about them. They're a beast. They're a beast. And they look cool as hell with the whole split magnet design.
Dude, that's insane.
One of these days.
4. 19th. Very nice.
What is it? Hold on. Dang it. It's which one? None. It doesn't matter.
All right. Another day, someone asked me to look what's wrong with their sub. It was hard as rock when I saw it.
Get DD1s, people, or just listen with your ears. Yeah, I gotta listen. I've been installing this for a really long time. I mean, I'm 31 years into this, guys. And back then, we didn't have DD1s, and we were not rock harding subwoofers every week like some of these guys do. I'll go next door to pick something up, and there'll be a Scar audio woofer standing there, and it'll be rock hard. And I mean, the thing weighs 1,000,000 pounds, and I'll be, how in the hell are you blowing these things? Like, are you?
Well, I just play my volume all the way up, and then go to the amplifier and turn all the way up.
Oh my god, man! It's like
bass boot all the way up, and it's like, let's go crazy.
Eric Russell commented right there. Let's see what Eric Russell had to say about the T216. Have a bigger motor magnet than the Type RF old school competition woofers. Definitely designed for SQ. Okay, there you go.
There you go.
All right. Look at Eric, man. We're totally sidetracking him from getting his homework done.
He's not doing homework today.
Yeah. All right, real quick, guys, before we end this, next week, Monday, there will be no show, as disappointing as that sounds, because we'll be on a plane doing plane things, wearing masks for 6 hours or 8 hours. We're headed to SEMA. That's right. We're going to be hanging out at SEMA, doing all kinds of SEMA things. We'll be there with AudioControl, so we're going to film fun videos. One of the things we're hoping to do is interview Alex Camara, which is the owner of AudioControl, which, believe it or not, we've never done. we've had plenty of talks with him. He's one of the only owners to this day that has come, like drove here when he was in town and spent an hour just chilling in the install bay, hanging out with us. It was the funnest thing ever.
Yeah.
That was the first experience. Of course, we've had dinner with him plenty of times. He likes soccer. Haley likes soccer. I think the two of them talked more than he and I talked when they were together.
Yeah.
Because they were just talking soccer. He's a great guy from across the pond who now lives here in an area which is pretty much just like where he came from, which I think is funny. But anyways, regardless of that, we're going to be hanging out. We're doing all kinds of fun things with them. Hopefully, we're going to get the opportunity to go see a bunch of other stuff. We're going to try to film kind of, what SEMA is like and kind of give you the vibe. Basically, what we did, if you haven't seen Friday's release of Fernando's trip to AudioControl, I strongly recommend watching that. For one, it gives you a firsthand account of how they build things. Follow me on that. How they build things, how they test things. We go through the plant. We've done it before, but this was Fernando's first time. So it was a lot of fun, as well as he just had the time of his life. It was a great time. Go check it out for sure. I got to sit in the cockpit in an SR-71, which is awesome. That was like, yeah. Anyways, go check that out. And of course, stay tuned for next week. Now, Friday, which is where we typically do the news in the morning, there again, not going to happen. Where all this gets exciting, though, is Saturday. Next Saturday, we'll be back here doing it again because we get in really late Friday night. Really freaking late. So we'll be dragging major ass when we come on to do the show next Saturday night. So we're pretty excited. El Fuego dropping one right before we leave. Looking to change amp, 3-way front stage with rear fill. And I have 2 ohm subs, AudioControl, LC, D. Yes, do that, 100%. That's exactly how, yeah. That's yeah. I don't know. Do the the 6-1200, not the fifth. Yeah, do the LC and the 5.
3 ways front stage.
Yeah, because that'll do the 3-way. This will do the rear, and then that'll do the sub.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't need the 5-channel. Okay. Anyways, so do the 6-channel, not the 5-channel. All right, so that's what we got coming up. It's going to be awesome. Talked with Alex a few times at work. Great guy. Awesome. Yeah, he talks really fast. But no, we're excited. Can't wait to get to SEMA and just take you guys along for the journey. We'll try to do as much live stuff as we can. We'll get some people on. We'll have a lot of fun. That's it. That's all we got.
That's it, guys.
It is the weekend. It is Saturday night. You guys are going to have a great time. Hopefully, if you're going to do something silly, you're going to, for one, do it with a jacket. That's right. Head over to DNF Swag, where it's time to pick up your winter apparel. Hoodies are in season, so if you don't have your 5-star hoodie, what were you thinking, man?
Yeah.
Head over there and pick up your hoodie. And, of course, stay tuned. Periodically check in just in case I drop the IRTA on here, which I can tell you ain't going to happen in the next couple of days. But if you'd like to find the cool tools that we use for installation, you can find them on DNF Tool Drawer. Spayed and neuter your pets, call an Uber or Lyft so you can arrive alive and listen to us talk about SEMA next week. If you are going to SEMA and you're going to be there, come see us at the AudioControl booth. We'll be there at some point doing stuff, hanging out. Obviously, we're going to walk around a little bit. If you're walking around and you see us, we'll have 5-star shirts on that actually have logos. Say hi. Don't be afraid.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
Say hi, wave, do something, take a selfie. We want your picture too. So it's a lot of fun. Can't wait. We'll see you guys there. Have a wonderful weekend, guys.
Bye,
Till
guys.
next time. Wait, gotta do fade to black.
No.
Gotta do fade to black, man.